back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys, so different location today. I am actually going to an event today up in London at Hachette, the publisher, and this is a kind of collective evening, I think, where one of the imprints of Hachette, which is called Orion, is going to kind of tell us a little bit about some books that are upcoming, some authors that they're really excited about. I don't know exactly what the day is going to hold, but it's like a 2-hour event, and I think there's nibbles, and I guess the authors will be there to talk to. I'm not sure. I'm excited. I haven't been to an event in a really, really long time, especially one in London. So yeah, can't wait to just see what it's all about. And yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to try and film bits and bobs. I don't quite know what footage I'll end up with or how good it'll be, but I will try my best and we'll see what we get. So yeah, thanks all for watching. Here is the event. A little bit early, so enjoying the sun. They have the best Reef Garden. Tell me you've been to somewhere better.
The Witching Tide is a Me Too novel for 1645 and it's set during England's deadliest witch hunt. It tells the story of a midwife who's harbouring a secret and a community that is torn apart within the space of 2 very sudden and violent weeks. It is, as Ellen said, a truly spellbinding novel, told with this extraordinary beauty and power. It is so vivid and so immersive that it breathes new life into history. It really does sort of transport you back to that time in the most intoxicating way. But it also holds up a mirror to the world we live in now with quite devastating power. I hope that even if you have a little peek at this book on your train home, that you'll see you're in the hands of a really masterful storyteller with a truly original voice. And I hope that the book will have as big an impact on you as it has on the whole team first of all at Orion. It's so exciting to be able to chat to you about it and tell everyone a little bit more. Margaret, could you tell everyone a bit more about the pitch for the Witching Tide story in your own words?
Sure. I just want to also say this is just amazing to see so many people here and so many women here as well. So I wrote this story as a result of going to a local history museum in a little town in Suffolk, Aldborough. And on this particular day, it was one summer's day in I guess about 2016, something like that. The museum happened to be open, so I went in. And they had a small exhibition up about this particular witch hunt, which I knew about, but I hadn't really known the details. And so that was the start. It was reading about this particular witch hunt and getting some detail on it that was very shocking to me. So the first thing was, I hadn't realised, I knew that there were 2 witch hunters, and they divided forces. One of them went all across East Anglia to the west, and the other man went to the east. But what I hadn't understood was that they used women witch hunters as well, and these women were midwives, and they were deployed to carry out really horrible, invasive body searches of accused women, and they were looking for witches' marks, which could be just any suspicious mark. And they would prick these marks, and if they didn't bleed, that was fairly damning evidence that you were a witch. So that was a shock. And then the other thing that I found incredibly sad was that lots of people were talked about on these two panels, but not the victims. They weren't mentioned. So that really affected me. And I remember it was a beautiful summer's day, and I went out to the museum and I stood in the little town square and wondered, was this where they put the gallows up? Because at the end of the 3 visits that this witch hunter made, 7 women lost their lives, just like that. So there were seven women not lost to us. Their names were lost. And it just struck me so forcefully that if you lose your name, your story's gone as well. So I just resolved then and there I was going to write something about it. I didn't quite know what, and I had no idea. Well, when I started out, actually, I was going to write a 20,000-word novella. That was what I was going to do. Yeah. And it just, the book just kind of took over my life, really.
The book is dedicated to the women who lost their names, isn't it? Which I find very moving, and that's something that we want to do and explore through the publication of this book, is try to bring some justice and some dignity back to these innocent women who suffered such a terrible fate. I'd love to hear a bit more about your research, but before that, I'd love to tell everyone a little bit more about Martha, who is the midwife and turned search woman at the heart of your book. And one particularly notable and extraordinary thing about Martha is that she doesn't speak, and in this whole novel, she does not say one word aloud. Can you tell us a little bit more about Martha, and also what made you choose to make her somebody who couldn't speak?
So, I don't know if this is your experience, but Martha just appeared as a character. I didn't make her up. She was just there. And I could see her really clearly in my mind's eye. She, an older woman. She's as the story opens, she's the village midwife, one of several village midwives. But being older, she's birthed a lot of children in this village. She's the kind of, not exactly a national treasure, but she's certainly the village treasure. Village treasure. And it was really important to me to have her be a midwife, because I was just so intrigued about women becoming witch hunters themselves and women hunting other women. That was very shocking and puzzling to me.
The first character is Janani, who is a young South Asian woman from Madurai in Tamil Nadu, which is a southern state of India. And she essentially is from a village in Madurai which has historically had a problem with female infanticide. So she's a young woman who is pregnant with her 4th child, and finds out it's a girl, and knows that its life is in danger from that point onwards, and she's fighting for the life of her child. And the second character is Neela, who is that daughter grown up, grows up in Sydney, has no idea about her mother's past, and she finds out along the journey of the story what her mother's story is actually about and what that means for her and her life currently. So it was really humbling, and for me, like, wanting to represent them, I think, made me almost gel a little bit more with Janani, but at the same time, Neela has a very similar upbringing to me, so I was quite easily able to slip into her shoes, which is a bit more exciting to me.
I think, Celeste, someone please tell me when I'm running out of time, because I am just chatting. But what I was going to ask about was, there are some scenes in this book. It's not all sad. I want to say that, up front. This is a book that is, ultimately, at the end of it, you're going to feel great about it, okay? It is about the strength of women. It's about the power of love. It's about inclusivity. There's a lot here to just make you happy. However, there are some very heartbreaking scenes in this book. I cried reading it. A lot of the team did as well. Did you cry writing it? No.
I didn't cry, but it really did impact me emotionally. It was almost a much more internal response than tears, oddly. almost a meditative experience. It's very weird to say that, but it touched me so deeply to write some of those scenes. Yeah.
Do you have, I don't know how many, among the bloggers, like how many people are budding writers, but do you have any advice for them?
Keep going. Just keep going. I know sometimes it is incredibly painful and you feel like nobody's ever going to read your words, but please just keep going. That's all I can say, really. And keep reading, which I'm sure you all will.
Such a fun event, and I had a little smudge stick out of it. So much fun, the books sound great. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along to this with me, and I want to say thanks to all the lovely bloggers and people in publishing that I spoke to. You were all great. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.